And here it is, one of the prettiest white oak trees you'll see. Nice shape to it, tall, no dead branches, doing really well. All the leaves are in great shape, and it's time. We're going to collect some of those acorns. And look at the acorns on this tree. One of the best years on this tree so far. And I've been watching for these acorns to start falling. And one afternoon I looked out here and I saw squirrels running from over here. And I said, oh, I gotta go get my bucket because we gotta grab these acorns. And they are falling. They just started falling. We had some rain, so it really knocked a lot of them off. But we're gonna go over there and start collecting. All right, Doug's over there beating us to it. He's sniffing around. He's looking for acorns, and he's actually eating them. See, he just heard one fall. They're falling as we're talking here, and we gotta jump on this and pick these up before the animals get them. But I got my container. I just use an old pretzel container or peanut container or something, and I keep them in here, cool and dry. Keep the lid on them, because if bugs find this, it's like candy. They're going to eat your acorns. You'll see tiny holes in them and a bunch of powder and dust inside your container, and that's bugs that have eaten the insides out of your acorns. So make sure you check on them every once in a while. And with this lid, take that lid off and look at them. Make sure you don't see white fuzzy mold growing on them. Don't let that mold get to them, because it'll destroy them all also. Okay, so I don't know much. I'm no expert, but these are the acorns on the trees. They got that nice green color to them, and as the acorn gets older, I believe they start turning brown, like this one. They start getting some kind of brown color to them, and they fall off just like that. They'll fall off real easy, and that's when it seems like the animals try to eat them. So if we look on the ground, I'll try to move slow for you, but you see all the caps that came off of these, and the ones that are eaten are ones that have that yellow and brown to them. Maybe even some of the ones that are solid green. But once they turn solid brown, they always seem to just be sitting here and nothing wants to eat them. So I don't know what that means, but let's look on the ground. So here's a brown one. No, Doug, get out of there. The cap comes off real easy. Now that's a nice acorn. There's no little tiny hole in it, which means a bug already got to it, and it doesn't feel squishy. It's not cracked. Doug's eating them. Every time I lean down, he knows there's acorns, so he's going to try to eat them. But we just keep looking here. See, this cap just fell off already, off of this acorn, and that's a solid brown one too. That's dirt on there. But I just put it in my pocket, and then we'll fill them up later. But I know there was some falling over here. I heard them falling. And this is underneath my tray. You can see my groundhog hole. But see, now this one I like. This one just fell by itself. It's green and brown, and that cap just came off that easy. And that does not look like a crack to me. I don't have my glasses on, but it feels solid and hard. So that one goes in the pocket. And here's some more here. These are dirty from the rain. Cap comes off easy. Now this one's a big one, but it's all muddy. I don't know what's going on there. Pass. We'll pass on that one. But they're easy to find up here. Good. Good. And look at this. That's a little oak tree growing right here. But here's one just sitting here like that. And there's a bunch back there. But I want to try to find some that have been eaten already by animals. Now it's hard for you to see, but there's a whole bunch of debris here of all the caps that are coming off already off them, and the acorns are gone. So something's coming around here. Maybe it's that groundhog, who knows. But see, like here's shells. Like when I pick up the shells of the ones that are eaten, they always see some of that. They have some of that light color left on them, not just solid brown. So I'm going to keep picking up all these acorns, and we're going to fill up our container as much as we can until we run out. And then I'll have to come back another day, because these acorns are like gold. I'm sifting through the acorns. They're all wet, so I want to dry them off. And as I'm going through them, some of them are sprouting. So look at that one. See how it's starting to already grow a tree? So I found a couple of them right here. And I'm going to stick those in a pot right now. Looks like they're starting to split open. Because when they fall off a tree, as soon as they get into some good soil and it's nice and moist, they'll try to grow into a tree right away. And if they get a good hold in the ground before it freezes, it'll make it to the next spring. So those ones that are coming up, I'm going to save them. I'm going to try to get them into some dirt so they don't dry out and die. So there's a couple of them. If I see any more, I'll grab them. But let's go find a pot. That one's cracked. That one's got a bad crack in it. That's no good. All right, so let's find a pot and get them some dirt. Okay, here's the ones that are already growing. And you can see how they're starting to sprout already. So I'm going to jam these down in here. Get them down in this dirt. Get some dirt around them so they stay put. I don't push them down too far because when they fall off a tree, that's how they would sit. They would just fall right in. And these pots that I have are specifically made for trees. All the air on the side throughout the holes keeps the roots from coming out. It'll go back in and it'll grow more roots. So when you pull it out of here, it'll be a big, hairy root triangle, specifically designed for trees. So that's good. We'll see how that does. All right, we're going to plant some more acorns. I've got more pots out. And we got my grandson Liam here. He's going to help us. You got an acorn in there? You're going to put him in the dirt. Look, get your acorn and put him in the dirt like this. Put him in there. Put him in the dirt. Here. Put him in. Yeah. Put another one here. That's a good one. That's a good one. Put it in. Yeah. Now look. Put him in and push him. Push him. Push him. Push him in. Push him in. Yeah. Very good. Get another one. Put him in, come on. Put him in there. Yeah, do right here too. Put one right there. Get another one. Get another one in there. Find a good one. Where's a good one? Look at that one. Oh yeah, look. Pop, put it in there, look. See, Pop. Put some more in there. Look at that one, man, look. Put him in there. Hurry. Oh, look, it's gonna open up. See how it's gonna open up? We'll put him down. That's the root. We'll put that down. Right? Oh, that one's going to be a good pot, huh? You're getting them all in there. There we go. Very good. Find a good one, though. You got to find a good one. Is that a good one? All right, put it in there. Okay, you put them in, and I'm going to show everybody this. Now, these are the ones that we planted the other day. And zoom up on here. And you can see how the root, the taproot, is coming out of the pointy side of the acorn and it's curving its way down into the dirt. You can really see it on this one. They come out and then they curve their way down. This one's sprouting. But since they were doing so well, we're going to plant the rest of these and I'll give them a squirt with the hose. And I got to go collect some more acorns. And when I collect some more acorns, I think I'm going to rake my garden nice and loose because the crops are pretty much done for the year, and I'm going to fill the garden up with rows of trees, and if they sprout, I'll leave them out there all winter and see what they do. And if they sprout, I'll pull them out of the ground and put them in little pots. But this is going to be a good pot. Look at all the trees that are going to grow in that pot. Is that a good job? Now sometimes I put 2 per pot because I'm a madman, but he's crazy. He's going to grow a whole bunch of trees. All right, let's fill these up. We're going to fill them up and grow some trees, okay? Just like Pop. Look at Pop-Pops. Look how Pop did it. Put one right here. Right there. Yeah. Now put one in here. Now one right there. Put one in there. Very good. Now one in there. Right here. Go ahead. Put one in there. Yep. And right here. You gotta put one there, and there, and there. Very good. How old is he?
1.
He's 1, everybody. So we got a gardener. He's going to be a farmer. Look at that job. That's a good job. You got it. Look at all them trees. Oh, look at this one. Did you see that? We want him to grow. We're going to put him right in there. That's a good one. Right there. All right. We'll cut. We'll show you some other stuff we're going to do in the garden. And we'll bring the video back on and finish these acorns up. Alright, so what I'm going to do with some more acorns is just make rows like corn, but with acorns. And I'm going to let these grow naturally. And I'm going to try to do it like nature would. They fall off the tree, they hit the ground in the fall, and we'll see if anything sprouts and makes it through the winter. Because this is ground underneath here, and by theory it should grow, and we should be able to just pull them out of the ground in the springtime and transplant them. But let me get a couple rows going here. And I'll just start popping them in. Not too deep though. Remember, they just fall off a tree. Just enough to make some contact with some soil. I'll try to keep them pretty close, because I'll be able to pull them out. All right, so I got a lot to do. You can see the garden. I'm gonna do this section here, and then I'll do this section. So I should be able to get a lot of them in the ground, and hopefully get rid of some of these acorns. All right, I'll be back. And this is what it looks like after it's done. I just hit them with some water. But you can see that they're barely in there. Just enough to get some soil contact, just like they'd fall off the tree so they don't blow away and wiggle all the time from the wind. If they can sit still long enough to germinate, they should start sprouting like these ones were. We'll see. The White Oak Acorn Challenge.